talked before this year about starting the league games earlier, a little earlier.
Yeah, and I think it's the main reason for starting league games early, and they're going to start next year earlier, is because Big Monday basketball, they want to have some open dates, so if some teams get picked to go play Big Monday basketball, they have that opportunity. But I'm not for it. I think it's early to start league games right now, and then next year, like I said, we may not be able to let our players go home for Christmas, and because they're going to start a little bit earlier next year.
It's like, you bring a team like Texas in here to start. They usually start you on the road, let you get 2 games out of the way here. But is it nice at least to play the first one at home?
Well, it's tough. We have a tendency to get better as the year goes on, and Texas is playing well now. So, I'd like to play them, even though at home later in the season, but, it is what it is. That's the league schedule, and you play the league schedule. And then after Texas, we go on the road for 2, Kansas and Kansas State. So we're still doing the 2-game road swing, but having a home game first.
It's still early, obviously, in both teams' seasons, but Texas, from what you've seen, does this have the capability of being maybe the best Texas team you've played against?
Yeah, I think so. Talent-wise, definitely talent-wise they are. They have, a lot of big players, inside players that can play and score, and they have some guards, and they have some great freshman guards that are very athletic and score and play. So, very good Texas team. I can see why they're ranked in the top 5 in the country, and rightfully so.
They've given up, I think, 51.9 points a game. Only Baylor's given up fewer points.
Well, they're big. It's big. It's hard to get into the paint on them. You get in on into the paint. It's just finishing once you're in there because they're so big. It's like having 2 or 3 Linnaeus in there at one time. It's hard to finish in the paint.
But you still want to be aggressive tomorrow night and try to attack?
Oh, absolutely. We got to attack them. They block it, they block it. We can't shy away. A lot of things can happen. Fouls, hit those shots, whatever. And we got to be aggressive offense. We're about to score. We just can't think that we're going to defend our posts and keep them off the boards all game for 40 minutes. We're going to have to hit some shots. We're going to have to be able to block out and not let them dominate the boards on us. And if we do that and take care of the ball, we got a good chance.
Do they like to get up and down?
Yeah, they have some athletes now. Again, they're 1, 2, and 3 are pretty athletic at all times. And they rotate them in, and they're pretty athletic. And they rotate 2 big girls in most of the time. And then if they want to go small and get quicker, they can do that too.
It's going to be a case where they're trying to get Linnae in foul trouble. You're trying
absolutely.
to get Amani in foul trouble.
Absolutely. They're going to go right at Linnae and hopefully, try to get her in foul trouble because that's the size we have. After that, we're not very big. So there's no doubt they'll try to go right at her.
Riding a big win streak that you are coming out of non-conference play, where is your confidence with this team going into conference play on a bit more general note?
I'll tell you what, I was very pleased after the Florida tournament. Now, last night I wasn't pleased. It looked like we've never played together. Unforced turnovers and just a step slow the whole night. But I think we'll be ready. I think our girls are looking forward to conference play. And, the other thing is somebody would have told me we would be 11-2 after our non-conference schedule, I would have took that. But you always think you should have won the 2 you lost. But, I'm happy where we ended in the non-conference schedule. Now we got to get ready for a conference schedule.
Your last 2 games against Texas and here were a couple of really wild ones. It looks like you were dead in regulation.
Yeah.
You were able to force overtime and win.
Yeah, we've had success against Texas. We really have. And hopefully that continues. But, this different team. We have a different team. They have a lot of different players. So, we'll see. And it's early in the season, and we're just going to have to play a really, really good game.
Obviously, Higgs, I know, have gotten a lot of attention, put up with some pretty good numbers in AAU and in high school. And it looks like she's starting to play more for them.
Oh, yeah.
She's somebody who's going to make it.
You're talking about some players, they're freshmen who were high school Americans, McDonald All-Americans. It's not like it was a fine or it was a secret. They were recruited by everybody in the country, and they're very good basketball players.
So their father is on the coaching staff there, or some relative?
Stepfather.
Stepfather. I know you've been pointing toward this, and you've tried to play good teams in the non-conference to try to get ready for this, but you feel like the freshmen are still going to be
They'll
overwhelmed?
They'll learn. I told them after the game last night, you're going to see what I've been talking about. Starting on Wednesday, you're going to play Texas. I think they're top 5 in the country. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Why I get upset about, even if we're up 20 or down 20, I get upset about certain things, because to beat teams like Texas, you've got to do certain things, and you've got to play great defense. You got to block out every time, because the first time you don't block out, they score. First time you don't talk, they score. First time you don't get back, they score. And they make you pay on the defensive end when you make lob passes and you don't make good passes, you don't get out of line and that type of stuff. I said, for the first time, you're going to see what I've been talking about all year.
As we head toward the new year, a lot of people asking about resolutions. What are your professional resolutions for 2016?
Well, we want to be very competitive in the Big 12. Again, I'm happy at the non-conference with the young team, 11 new players, and we played a pretty good schedule. I mean, if you look, our projected RPI at this time, at the end of the year, is in the top 10 in the country. So that tells you who we played in non-conference. And so we're going to have a great RPI. We just got to win some games in the conference. My other thing is, my New Year's resolution is going to be maybe just not cuss as much. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try that.